welcome. I am Velshin, and this is Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 40th anniversary. I had mistaken. I thought that I got the latest one. This is the previous version. I bought it over the digital holiday sale, and I wasn't paying attention. But yeah, either way, I got it on discount. So, and it's an amazing game. But, all right, here we are in Kuwait. We're over here in Kuwait now. I'm definitely not as good as flying a helicopter as I am. Other things. Now, it is really hard to tell you what's up because it looks a little bit different. When I was here, there was, oh, that's a little loud. There was, a lot more stuff. Tents, you know, it was Tent City. But yeah, this is where I was. We came in to Kuwait City, and we came here on a death bus trip. Oh my goodness, that bus ride was pretty crazy. At one point, we cut off the roads, and we were just crossing across the desert. And they were getting insanely close to one another. Let me bring this down a smidge. There we go. Right about there. It's good. Anyway, yeah, it's pretty crazy, and I mean, it was nothing but lines. It was nothing but lines to tents and lines to everything. The phones. The only thing there wasn't a line to was your own tent. We had some dust storms where we were here. There was an attack on one of the command tent areas. I can't say exactly. I don't know what I'm allowed to say about the next one. But yeah, there was a Patriot missile firing and a plane blew up. That was an interesting night. I watched some people take a PP through my Clue, which was I was a javelin gunner, so I was on the Clue. It's a good optics for. It was in the middle of the night when this happened. I actually saw the jet blow up. I didn't know what I saw. There's a flash, and I was like, yeah, something definitely. I saw the thing fly up, and pretty crazy. But yeah. Then we had our major GAC, the GAC, ground assault convoy, and it was long, for as long as the eye could see, back and forth across the horizon. There's nothing but LMTVs and I forget what the other ones are called. There are 5 tons, and there's the different semi trucks, the big trucks the military has. It's been a long time. This is years and years ago, so yeah, hard to say. But yeah, nothing but this is Kuwait. Nothing but desert. We had some desert storms, some sandstorms, whatever, dust storms, sandstorms. Yeah, it was. Oh yeah, they had near beer in the big mess hall tent, non-alcoholic beer there. But yeah, Kuwait, this is where we all came for the initial invasion. There's other pads, but this is Al Najabara or whatever. This is where I was. This is where we were for the invasion. Had a little action, had a little pre-invasion action. We were for a while. Oh, Scud attacks. Yeah, you know what? Here's the thing. If you want to know, I was in the army, the 101st. So, oh, I gotta pull this back again. I keep on getting way too high on my RPMs. Anyway, Generation Kill, HBO. It's a show. It's got a dude from True Blood in it. It's also got another actor I really like. He's in Mr. Wrong or Mr. Right, the one with Pitch Perfect girl. I'm forgetting all the celebs' names today. She's in it. She's the main thing. And then the guy that does nice dancing, I forget his name. I don't know none of the celebrities' names today. But anyway, he's in it too. But the guy from Generation Kill actually plays a bad guy. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, he plays one of the bad guys. Actually, Anna Kendrick? Yeah, Anna Kendrick gets to kill him. I think she's the one that kills him in the movie. But anyway, Mr. Right if you've seen it. But yeah, that dude is Corporal Persons, and it's a really good character. The guy, like the head honcho vampire, not the main vampire story, not the black-haired vampire, the blonde vampire from True Blood, the guy that owns the nightclub or whatever. He plays Sergeant something or other, I forget. But anyway, it's a really good series. It is Marines, but man, there were some similarities. I saw so many parallels from my experience to that show. So yeah, if you want a decent experience, a decent idea of what it kind of was for the initial invasion, you could watch. You could watch that. Actually, the gag. I don't know if it's our gag, but they do get stuck in a gag. They complain about it. Yeah, we weren't happy either. It was nice to get once we got removed and we started doing like security and side missions and stuff for the gag. That was much better. But yeah, when we're in it, dude, yeah, that was a slow moving convoy of all kinds. But anyway, all right. So let's go ahead and I'm not even gonna try to put this thing down. Let's go ahead and go like this, and we can go ahead and I want to go back to let's go to the main menu. That's fine. We ain't even gonna try to land it. Alright, so still over here, yep. So we came up and invaded Iraq in this huge gag, and we eventually got into this like farm territory and stuff. I met my first Bedouins. Probably like somewhere over in here-ish. Somewhere in this region. Might have been, that might be in the road we took, or one of the roads we took. But anyway, yeah, it was the, what was it? I don't even remember. I won't even say. But yeah, I remember the. So let's say this was the road. Oh, there's a little farmland there. Wasn't much, but anyway, is there a river up here? Ooh, there is, or something. Okay, so basically, we had done this perimeter along the road, and we were all sleeping out here. Me and I won't say his name, but Ucanon. It rhymes with Ucanon. Anyway, Ucanon and I were on the gun. Maybe someone else was there too, but I was on watch, and we saw this thing on the thermals. We weren't exactly sure what was up. But as the sun rose, or it got a little bit closer to dawn, a dude popped out and it became very obvious. But yeah, he popped up just as the sun warmed the sky and stuff, and I had my first Iraqi interaction, one-on-one. I don't know if this was the actual spot, but he waved at me, I waved at him, I nudged Buchanan, I'm like, they're awake, there was people in there. Okay, the reason why we weren't sure of the thermals, it was definitely something. Dude, oh my goodness. A camel came out, donkey, chickens, fuck. There was one tent. It was one tent. A whole family, a dude, a bunch of chicks, some kids, whatever. Dude, a bunch of farm animals. Well, Middle Eastern livestock. Anyway, yeah, it was pretty crazy seeing all that come out of the Bedouin. It was 110. It was a Bedouin tribe. Anyway, so yeah, my first interaction with an Iraqi. He was a Bedouin. They struck it all down and they headed away from us. So if this was it, yeah, they were headed to this water. That's what I imagine. They're probably going to get their morning water wherever it was. But anyway, so this We took over Negev. Now let me get my bearings. So this is. Let's see, where's that thing? Oh yeah, there it is. Okay. We're flying there. Okay. It's right over there. Alright, let's go. So this was the and we did there was like little hamlets and little things along the way, but this was the first city departure and arrival. Okay. This was the first pull the throttle back down. This is the first city we sacked. The first night we got mortared, and we basically get our foxholes done and stuff. They had to do a pullback because they're mortar range, and then we watched like the Air Force come in and do bombings, and there's this tall white building. Hopefully, maybe it. Well, anyway, we'll see what we see when we fly. I haven't been there yet in game, so we'll see what we see. But taking fire from that, so that was one of the targets we saw get hit. A bunch of stuff, and then so I don't, dude. It's been it's so many lifetimes ago that I was really there in chapters of my life. So what? I'm already airborne? Okay. Yep. We start airborne. Alright. Well. Okay. Let's send altitude, 'cause I don't want to be this high. Check my mic. There we go. Okay, switch. So basically, once we got somewhere in, and we would go right through things. So we had engineers with us. They'd use these shape charges. We blew right through these walls. We went through like maybe that industrial complex type stuff. But the first stop was somewhere near an outskirt area, maybe right up there, over there. But basically, a building got caught on fire. We were having lunch. It had been on fire, but evidently there was some ammo in there, an ammo cache, and the fire eventually got to it. And I mean, it'd been a good hot minute, right? And the rounds start going off. I'm like, what the heck's going on, right? Because rounds sound a lot different when they get cooked off than when they get fired from a gun. But anyway, they got close, and the whizzes and whatnot, so we had to evacuate our lunch or breakfast spot, whatever it was. It was Operation Clean Up Iraq is what it was, because we'd only stay at one place per night. And before we stay there, we'd clean it and disinfect and like try to get it as decent as possible. So there's the factory, the school. I don't know how many nights we're here. 2 nights? 3 nights? I don't remember. But on one of the days we had the major push. And I'm not to purview exactly what the actual mission was, but apparently we were going to the mosque. And we had M1 Abrams, and they were tearing up their streets, and the medians, they're just crushing it like candy. And I felt bad, but I'm like, oh man, they're gonna hate it. We're tearing up these streets, man. But at one point we got pretty dang close. I should have been paying attention. Northwest. I mean, this is direction. I might have passed. It might be. I need to look out for a big dome. I don't know if it's actually going to show. It might be a flat circle. Oh, right here. Is this it? Yeah. Yeah. Did they not do it right? I think that's supposed to be a big mosque right there. Is this it? That's an itty bitty building. Whoop. No, not that. So maybe I won't be able to find the big mosque, but basically, this, I mean, you should be able to see it. Oh no, this is Najaf. Wait, this is the right one? Yeah. Or Ahila. Like I said, it's lifetimes ago. I'm sure it's Najaf. I'll have to look it up. But basically, there's the mosque is the burial grounds to the cousin of Muhammad, and it's very sacred for them. And I don't know. Anyway, they end up starting throwing stuff at us, and like it was sent down the line, take a knee and smile and wave at them, and they're like throwing stuff at us or whatever. But it made national news. Like I guess anyway, we were praised for de-escalation of the situation. But anyway, yeah, we had to turn around and go back. I think that was the day we woke up from the school. We also had a poison attack, a fake poison attack. There was some SF guys, 5th group, were in the same compound as us. We were all in gas masks, and they had been. But then they weren't. They're like, hey, why are you guys still up in your thing? I'm like, we haven't been given the all clear yet. Like, dude, this is the days that I was in the kindergarten military. And I mean that they treat the soldiers like they're in kindergarten. Line leaders hold each other's hands. Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, yeah, we had to stay in full mop gear. Mask, gas mask, everything. For a good long while. Eventually, hour-ish plus something, I don't know. But eventually we were out of it. But oh, also by this point, no shower. It's been days and stuff. I didn't get my first shower until we get up to Gyara. So, yeah, and at this point we're still living in mop suits. If you watch Generation Kill, you'll see it. Audience members that weren't deployed and didn't go through it might not think much of that moment. But that is a huge moment in Generation Kill. When they get the order to remove the mop suits, and everyone, oh, it's just so happy. Yes, yes, we're in the desert. We're in the freaking desert. Let's get out of these. Thank you. Oh, let's let our skin breathe a little. Jeez. But yeah. Pretty cray-cray. We didn't have, I'm trying to think, well, I don't know what I could actually speak on anyway. This is the initial invasion again, so this is not, we're in the initial push. We're taking over chunks of Iraq, and this was the first major city our group sacked and took over. So, let's go to the next one. Main menu, continue. Najaf. So we were just in Najaf. Now we're gonna go up to Ahila. Do I not have? Oh, do I gotta fly there? Okay, I guess I'll just talk about this one. So, oh here, let's go back to Najaf. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure this is the thing we flew over, and it was just that square box. It was missing its domes. I'm pretty sure this was the burial place of the cousin of Muhammad. I could be wrong. I could be totally screwing that up, but it's a very holy city for Muslims. Anyway, I believe I have that right. This is the burial place of the cousin of Muhammad. Anyway, so yeah, this is Najaf, and then we went to Ahila, and we stayed here for a bit. We stayed here for a little bit. There's no airport. I'm not gonna waste time stuff, but yeah, stayed in a place 1 or maybe 2 nights, moved, stayed, did all the different missions we needed to do. I go back and take a look at my logs and see the timeline on this. But yeah, basically started down here in Kuwait City, flying in, taking the death bus ride to the different airports out along Kuwaiti border. Oh, you know what we're gonna miss? Wait. Oh yeah, that's the next one. Okay, yeah. So we'll fly off from the next one. But yeah, we stayed here a bit, and then we flew over Baghdad. Maybe I should zoom in some more. Huh? There's Tikrit. Okay, there. So yeah, we're in Ahila. We took off. We flew over Baghdad. We came all the way to Gyara. Now, this was a mission. Taking the airbase. Now, at the same time, we basically pushed up into Baghdad, right? So, like, all the different army groups took all, like, the major cities, and we just, like, steamrolled to Baghdad. And other people, according to that, so while that was going on, the 101st took flight, and we took everything, the Bastogne Brigade, which is what I'm in, which is HBO's Band of Brothers. That's the Bastogne, the Curhi are there. They actually became became official again towards the end of my military service. I was actually in Curhi for like a week. That's a story for another time. But anyway, but yeah, then I was back in Bastogne Brigade. They wanted me back, so I went back to Bastogne Brigade. But anyway, so I believe it was 1st Battalion had Mosul, 2nd Battalion, which is what I was. We had basically like everything from, well, we can zoom in later, from this little dip thing. We had basically everything from here to Gyara Air Base. And then 3rd Battalion had from here south to Tikrit-ish, somewhere south towards Tikrit. Anyway, so from like here to here, this is where I lived for basically a year. We would go to Mosul sometimes. Like I said, this wasn't where we were. 1st Battalion had this. I believe it was either 1st Battalion or 3rd Battalion, and they just swap their places. I don't know. But here is where we lived. So yeah, let's take a little trip. I wonder if it's gonna start us in the air again. So yeah, this is basically where I spent the rest of my time. And we are doing this in the helicopter because I thought it was fitting for it being 101st. Alright, so let's see where we are. We're right. Alright, so 1, 2, I think. Where? Oh, they're not gonna actually be there because they're circles. Hold on, let's get a little higher and see these circles. Because I spent a decent amount of time. They're not, so they're like circular pyramids with chopped off tops, is what they are. Yeah, right there. There's one. Hold on. Hold on. I'm looking for the set. For a second. Hold on. Whoa, there's a set now there's buildings on it? That's not right. Alright. We're gonna say that's them. Which makes these are supposed to be hangars. These that I'm flying over right about now, these are actually hangars. Alright, so yeah. We're gonna say, oh, look behind me, there we go. We're gonna say that one that's actually up was ours. And there are these Like each company got one, and there's like this little bunker. That little, okay, so you see that white building and then the grass with the little circle dirt road, like a little an oval. I think that was the bunker right there where that oval is. Anyway, so we lived on this side of the air base, in the big hangar, and like first platoon had like the first 2 rows to the left. It was just nothing but rucksacks and sleep mats all the way down, and then second platoon had the middle, and third platoon had the far right, and then headquarters was split between the bunker and the mortars, which was my brother. My brother was a mortar guy. He was a doot guy. Anyway, he was 11 Charlie. The mortar guys had the back, and that's where the exhaust, like they were supposed to have jets in there and stuff. Anyway, so that was like the it was, you could see the way it was shaped and designed. But anyway, Brown and Root was a big thing. The MWR, we came to the other side of the air base for everything. They ended up having these showers. That was the first shower we had in like 6 months. Lots of stuff. But yeah, so yeah, basically this was the corner we lived on for a good long while. We set those circle things. We had guard posts up there, so I spent a lot of time up on that guard post. And out here towards that there. Now on this side of the thing, that's right above me or right below me, kind of to the right. That's where we do chalk pickups. For every time we do air assault missions, we'd be picked up on chalks right out there. We'd all line up in that big open spot, whatever. Anyway, was the poke side. This is where the chow hall side. This was the not here, up here, a little further or whatever. But that's where the and they were tents. Some were buildings. This was the built-up side. We had some buildings and hangars. Aviation. There was some pokes. Some aviation people were the way I'm looking, to the far left. Infantry and stuff was to the right, and then aviation was out to the left. But anyway, because there's more hangars and stuff that they used. But the only time we came with did we have? I don't know when they got a shopette. I think we still had to go to Missoula. We went on Missoula runs for to go like Walmart. It's not Walmart, but it's like stuff you get at like Walmart or Target and stuff. But we also had to do KP duty over here. This was ridiculous. So we were 15 days back at base, 15 days out in the field, and that was you just pull security, and you get briefed on what was going on in the area. And then you stay out for another 15 days and you'd run missions out whatever spot you're at. And then you'd come back here for 15 days and it's supposed to be for freaking rest. Because we were going on 4 hours, 0 hours sleep crap. Anyway, but yeah, it is what it is. Now, okay, this building up here off to my left is the front gate guard. We had to pull freaking front gate guard duty. It's also where I met a Fijian I became friends with. They were there to switch out the old Iraqi dinar for the Swiss dinar. They're part of the money security exchange for that. And they had to come to the front gate while we were working it, or at least one of the times. But yeah, they actually had a spot out here on Giara, Key West. We call it Key West. Yeah, so this was, I think this is the guard. This is supposed to be the guard tower building thing. I'm pretty sure that's what that's supposed to be. But anyway, actually, you know what? Let's see how much fuel we got. We can always just take off from Missoula, but so we would take off. We'd go over to that road way over there, and then we'd hook a right. We're in a helicopter, so we don't got to do that. This is about right, I suppose. Maybe-ish. Anyway, sometimes, almost everything we did, we go in Black Hawks. I flew in helicopters so much, dude, by the time, I actually didn't go to air assault school yet. I actually went to air assault school after my first deployment. Anyway, by the time I got to air assault school, it was boring for me. I'm like, yeah, and it was a requirement. You had to make sure you didn't freak out or like you could handle it. Anyway, stupid. And we also repelled from them in air assault school. But yeah, we almost flew everywhere. Now sometimes we take convoys out to certain places. Anytime we did missions or something serious, we'd always do it. And sometimes we do change outs on Black Hawks. But let's get over towards now I don't remember. I should just look at a map. This is either the Tigris or it is the Euphrates. Look at a map. I don't know. It's the one that runs through Iraq on near Mosul. Anyway, fly over it. This ain't exactly my backcountry, and I don't really remember much, so we're definitely not gonna go this way. Let's go. I think that's the first one. I think that's the first city there. Now, if I'm correct, this is the city that always had the gas lines, man. From what I heard then is gas is free. They just fill up on gas or whatever. But anyway, the line is atrocious. Every time we drive past that place, it had a line way around the corner. Anyway, so we had several spots. We had the power plant, the sulfur plant, and the propane plant. We also did a police station, and for a short time we had the little house on the prairie. I am not going to be able to find that. We'll just say it's out there somewhere. That was a short fob. We were only there for a little bit. I suppose the most impressive thing that first time I ever stirred fecal matter and jet fuel together while burning it. That happened. And the most impressive thing that happened when I was there is our host, the little property type thing we were taking over, the dude's wife gave birth, and then the same day later on made this huge feast for like the whole group that was there, plus obviously her family and stuff. Alright, I don't see a big river, and I do see this. Wait, why am I going? I'm going too far. I guess this is the river. Is that the hook? That's crazy. Alright, well let's just see. We know we gotta go north. I guess I should have looked at a map. I'm gonna have to do. I'm definitely gonna do a part 2 of this because there's way too much to do.
X-ray Golf Sierra leaving my airspace, frequency change approved.
Yeah. Oh, there's some blue. Is that it way up there? Honestly, I don't know. There's water. Alright. It's over here. Maybe this is the road. There's some water. But,
Golf Sierra, did you hear my last transmission?
oh, she's gonna do this the whole time. You know, I'm not even gonna mess with it. There's, I don't know where yeah, I know what, I'm not even gonna worry about it. I should have looked around. I don't know where the radio is on this. That is the other cool thing about this, you guys. This is seriously...
X-ray Golf Sierra, did you copy?
Nope, I did not copy. You can legit learn how to... the fundamentals of actual flight. So I've turned this up. There's different levels. I've just turned up to all the hardest difficulties, the realistic difficulties. Okay, so I'm gonna guess that's the bend up there. Now, unfortunately, I'm guessing that these locations are going to be hard to get. I did look at
X-ray Golf Sierra, please acknowledge.
Yeah. I did look at Ashura. Ashura was the CMOG, or was the police station we had. So this isn't it anyway. I believe this is the, oh, there's the curve I'm thinking of. So the gas station's over there on the curve. If this is the correct one I'm thinking of. Or one of the gas stations, but the one that we drove past a lot. Also, we are
X-ray Golf Sierra ATC services terminated.
we're also in soft Humvees. Like the doors are plastic and cloth and stuff, right? It is not legit. But yeah, so we didn't. This is still in the phase of not really putting up much of a fight. We had some fighters, but this is still in the phase of them basically just rolling over and giving up, pretty much, almost. That changed. But anyway, we didn't have much. Oh, up here, the power plant, the night of the drunken shotgun tackle. Dude charged the. Oh no, that was Aggies. That was an agricultural college. We didn't have that. We had that for a limited amount of time. The main ones we kept basically the whole time were the sulfur plant, the power plant, and almost propane plant. Because I think we gave back control of the propane plant before I left. I think. I might be. It doesn't really matter. But anyway. So all the stuff is off to the right. It's between that main road to the left, and I forget what route we designated that. But the river to the right, that's either the Tigris or the Euphrates. Do not know. Go ahead and look at a map. I should remember, right? Lifetimes ago. Well, yeah, we'd that route down there to the left. I can't really see it from my angle I'm doing, but anyway. We did that quite often. Sometimes you get flown to your mini fobs, and that's basically what these were. They were like these mini fobs. Oh wait, what the heck is underneath it? Well, that looks like something. Wait. There's not enough. Well, I also could pick up a lot of different. I don't think we're far enough away. But if that is the solid plant, then Ashura is right over there. I don't see anything over there. Ooh, that's Oh, also, hills, when you see hills, often it's graveyards. That's how they're... I found that out. Alright, I'm not sure which city this is. I'd have to look on the map. Like I said, I'll do a part 2 of this, because, so much happened here. There was a sulfur fire. We had to evac everybody. You could see it all the way back to Giara. It would get above the sun and it would change the sun color. It made it this like orange hue across the landscape, and the sun was orange and not bright at all. I mean, there's so much smoke and sulfur particles in the air that, I mean, yeah, it was crazy. Couldn't breathe, like the wind shifted. It was like it was standing on your chest. It was very, very hard to breathe when the wind shifted. And the scouts didn't wake you up quick enough. That happened a couple times. I was sleeping a couple times when the wind shifted, and I'd get my gas. Now, there's I have a picture of me writing a letter home to someone. I don't remember now, but the picture of me at the power plant. Picture me at the power plant in my little quarters, in my little spot, and I'm writing a home. I believe I have a Discman, a CD player, headphones on, a gas mask on, and down to my brown T-shirt, my tan T-shirt, full gas mask, T-shirt, sitting there writing the letter home, listening to music. And it's a hazy photo. You can tell we're in the middle of the smoke. Like, we just had to live there. We can't just abandon the post, though. We try to get people to abandon their places. The town that's like right next to it. I guess this one. Let's see. I saw it on the map. I saw all three of them on the map. I located the power plant, the solid plant, and the propane plant on the map. But I hadn't flown over yet. Maybe I'm going to take a plane next time. Just so it's quicker. Is that Ashura? That might be Ashura right over there. Spent a lot of time in Ashura. I learned how to speak more than commands in Arabic. There's a police officer there named Tassin. Tassin was a police officer in Ashura. And we played a lot of Hearts. We played Hearts. I think, yeah, it was Hearts that we played. We played other stuff. We played all kinds of card games and stuff. But yeah, I think at Ashura that was the main game because there's an Iraqi game. It might have been Spades. It was either Spades or Hearts. I forget. But there's an Iraqi card game that's very similar to one of those two. And I learned that version because the rules are slightly different. But when they saw us playing it, they picked up on what we were playing, and they're like, showed us their version of it. But anyway, basically I'd say you stay with this road. It's got to be the main thoroughfare. Alright. Well, the power plant's real close to the water because that's where we'd go fishing with dynamite. It's also where we had Thanksgiving. We had Thanksgiving at the power plant. We got some geese. I forget the dude's name, but oh my, that was so good. Unfortunately, the owner did come up while we were cooking it. You could smell it in the air, and we're telling our interpreter tonight, no, we haven't shot any. Well, no. And then, like, someone said they saw the Americans with goose. They're my pet. So apparently, we killed this dude's pet and ate it, and it was delicious. Anyway, a goose, a geese, whatever. But yeah, that was our Thanksgiving. MRE, Haji food, a goose. That was our turkey. But it was good. It was good. We cooked it on this marble slab. It was a step. So we made like a cooking slab, and we made a butcher block cutting slab out of these steps of this place. So we just were like remove the step. It's one piece, which is just one huge piece. So we took two of them. So we had these nice marble steps, and then there was these two steps missing. In this area, there's just concrete underneath it, right, for the step. But anyway, I don't know what town this is. I don't know what town this is. I need to stay on the main road. I think. I'm sure of it. That's the main road to... Because we diverted, we went a little to the right. What is this? This is the sulfur plant. Alright, here's the sulfur plant. So that is Ashura directly in front of me. That's Ashura. This is the sulfur plant. My first encounter with a camel spider. Well, maybe not my first encounter with a scorpion, I don't remember. No, it's not. ER Air Base, we had scorpions and stuff. But my first, we had snakes, and dude, that thing was infested when we cleared it out. Yeah, that was not fun. That first night, I slept on top of the Humvee. I slept on top of the hood of the Humvee. Not that spiders can't climb or nothing, especially camel spiders. But anyway, we'd heard so much true and untrue stuff, horror stories about camel spiders. But yeah, basically there's the software plant, and then there's the power plant. And that one's right over there. And then we'll see if we can see the propane plant. Now they're big giant circle domes. But as we've seen, this is the older version, and a lot of circle stuff just remains sometimes circle. Like their mosques were flat topped. They're supposed to have big domes on top of them. Is that Aggies? Whoa, 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 whoa. I think that was Aggies. Hold on. I think that's the college right there. Can I not see? Where's my, hold on. Whoop. This one. Alright. Whoop. Let me fly. Whoa, let me fly. Let me fly. Let me fly. Let me just fly this thing, shall we? Let's pull this down. Up a little. Whoop. Whoa, what is... Did I flip the switch? Alright. Yeah, whatever you do, don't do what I just did in the helicopter. Alright. I stopped flying, and I think I probably accidentally hit something. I don't know. Put myself in some way weird stuff. Alright, let's, anyway, alright, so that probably is Aggies. So it's Aggies, or salt plant, power plant, and then, yeah, propane plant. And then it's Missoula. This is what it is. Alright, so this bend up here, I think this is probably the power plant up here. I don't know what makes all this. I don't know what that makes all this here. So also there's like basically 2 decades change between when the satellite imagery for this game was taken for this and then or whatever. Okay, this looks promising. Yeah, it's hard to tell. Yeah, maybe not. I don't know. I'll have to look on the map again. Cause yeah, I found them at that point. Oh yeah, back to Al-Hilla. I forgot. I believe Al-Hilla is the one that's near Babylon, and Saddam made these 3 palaces in a triangle around Babylon. In Easter Mass, we actually got invited. Well, we got invited by our own military supervisors, above whatever. Anyway, the chaplain, chain of command. Anyway, for like a mass. To have service there and to like explore the ruins that we could see, and there's also that we also did some spelunking. There was also other ruins and things. I have pictures of these places we visited. Anyway, to get back to the road. Yeah, so that was really cool. Al-Hilla was also the nightclub. There's this nightclub that we took over. That's where, that is the location where I had the strangest homosexualist competition I've ever been a part of. I will not go into any further. I didn't do anything actually homosexual. I am a heterosexual. Not anything wrong with being one sexual orientation one way or the other. But I am a straight white male. But combat infantrymen. Already, we had been through some shit at this point. At that point, we anyway. But yeah. Basically, it was a race. I did not win, and I'm okay with that. It's actually not a great thing that you do win that competition. I suppose, I don't know. It shows mental fortitude above your fellow soldiers. Anyway, alright. I think if we gain some altitude, I'm pretty sure we're coming to Missoula now. Oh well. But yeah, the nightclub, that was the one of the coolest buildings. Seeing Saddam's palace is ramshackled by the deserters and like there was nothing left. If it wasn't completely a solid thing that was completely welded to get, like, I mean, things were on bolt, like, there was very little left. I got some chandelier. I got some chandelier remnants that I found on the ground. I still have that to this day. I got some chandelier parts from Saddam's palace. But, somewhere. Oh, I lost the road over there. Yeah, I think we missed the propane plant somehow. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what this town is. I have to look at my old maps too, but. So yeah, basically I'm gonna do I suppose I'm gonna do a part 2 for my first one. We'll probably just look at a satellite map for a bit of it. But the second deployment will probably break that one down into a few or whatever, because I do want to go over Kirkuk, go fly over to Hook. Yeah. I will definitely say the second deployment was way worse than the first, by a long shot, by the amount of action everybody saw, and it was pretty nuts. Yeah. This is definitely not Missoula. Well, I shouldn't say that, but yeah, I'm going to say it's definitely not Missoula. But I also didn't see... It's too small to be Missoula, I think. Definitely. Well, there's the airport. Wait. On the south end? Wait, is there a circle? Hold on. Do we miss a circle? There's a circle in the road. No. Huh. Yeah, I don't know what this is. I'll have to look on maps, but... Is that the Big Bend? This might be our northern limits. That might be the bend, the river bend, that I talked about before, I don't know. Yeah, Missoula's got to be ahead somewhere. It's too small. It does have an airport, which is... That looked like an airport wherever it went to. Way back over there. Ooh, could that be the propane? Ooh, is that the propane plant? That... We'll see. This might be the propane plant. And if that's true, then this is our more northern region. Our more northern fob. During my first deployment. I thought it's very obvious in person. I thought some circle stuff over there. Anyway, big giant domes. Look like the Death Star. Giant domes. It's a propane, like, refueling center. Very dangerous fob. Very... That logo's new, not... See... We say that... Oh, there's Missoula. I see the skyscrapers. We say that... But, if that thing ever blew... Oh my god. Dude, I don't... I'm not... I don't know enough physics and engineering, chemistry. I don't know what the... It would be bad though, if these big giant domes that sit above ground, and yeah, the metal alone that would go flying would be devastating to anything it hit. But yeah, dude, I never liked being at the propane. I never liked that. I never liked getting cycled out to that location. I didn't want to be next to a bunch of exploding gas, flammable gas. We got grenades and incendiary grenades. We got tracer rounds. We got all... Dude, this does not seem like a... Smoking next to a gas station is not a good idea. So there's the air base. We'd come up here to, like, get stuff. We're also on, we were also on cordon duty for, traffic. We get... to do stuff, whatever. The Uday and Kusei died here. It was the, I think it was 1st Battalion. It was either first, it wasn't us. We were 2nd Battalion. It was Bastogne Brigade, though. Bastogne Brigade. We are the, oh, was it actually, well, it was definitely 101st. For some part of me thinks, it better not have been 50 Deuce. 50 douchebags. We call them 50 douchebags. It's 50 Deuce. They're the ones with the hearts on their heads. Did they get credit for it? I think it was 1st Battalion. It was either Bastogne Brigade or... I'm having the foggiest, vaguest recollection that maybe 50 Deuce got credit for that. Or it was their op. But either way, 1st Battalion, 3rd Battalion, whoever was here... yeah, here's Missoula. This is Missoula. There we go. A proper city. Yeah, we only came here for like the Walmart Target runs for the shop at. Eventually our like... See, MWR is different than AFES. That's what it's called. AFES. AFES tip. We didn't call it shop ads. We call it AFES. But AFES... Shop at is like a gas station on a military base. That's what a gas station is on a... We call them shop ads. But anyway, AFES runs it. They also run the Is it called the PX? I've been out of the military for a while, eh? But yeah, Atheist runs our Walmart. They run a lot of stuff on military bases. But yeah, they had their little things, and the one in Missoula was stocked really well. I remember buying Oreos. First time I had Oreos in so long. Coming here to this airbase to get them, yeah. That was good. Remember when we first got to Giara, it was still a little bit before we got showers, right? 6 months in. I don't know how soon, how many weeks, a month or two. I don't know how long it took us to get to Giara. I'm guessing within the first month. We're only like, I don't know how the timeline breaks down on that. You can look at official records and see what the 101st push through Iraq for the second Gulf War was. But yeah, I didn't do much here in Missoula. This was not my city. Like I said, we only helped out a little bit. But this is where Uday and Kusei died and got cornered and captured. And I believe Bastogne got credit for it. It was either Bastogne Brigade or 50 Deuce. It was the 100, regardless, it was the 101st. And we helped out. We got to help out 2nd of 327. No slack. That's how, I was part of No Slack. Bastogne. 2nd of 327. No slack. So from the Johnson Field, across Johnson Field, you can see 50 Deuce bags. And from a 50 Deuce bags, from 50 Deuce's perspective, they could see No Slack. And I had a friend from basic training that got put with 50 Deuce, and he called us No Sacks. But I'm like, we're Bastogne Brigade. You don't get it. My insult trumps your insult, because I'm making fun of your entire brigade. You're only making fun of 2nd Battalion. But yeah, anyway, yeah, we had No Slack was our thing, and we had it written on across our back of our CQs and stuff. So from across Johnson Field, from where 50 Deuce was, that's what they could see. They could see our they could see battalion headquarters, and then brigade headquarters was next to it. But yeah. Man, his name was Jordan. His name was Jordan. Very common last name. We knew each other in basic though. J Jordan. J Jordan, buddy. I remember you. I tried to talk him out of buying a Mustang. Car salesman took him for a loop. It was one of those. Anyway, I think. Did he? I know he could have used the Soldier Sailor Act to get out of it or something. I think, but he didn't. I think he kept it. Bought a brand new Mustang from one of the cheesy lot dealerships off of 41A near Fort Campbell, Clarksville, Tennessee. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. The dude tried to sell me a Camaro or a Corvette. Camaro. I think he tried to sell me a Camaro. I kept on telling him no. Eventually, I was just there with my buddy, you know, they were finishing his stuff. But eventually I put my hands on my head, I'm like, how, like, I was just so frustrated. But the body gesture, if you want to get a pushy car salesman from a cheesy lot, just leave. You can just leave. But if you have to be obligated to be there until your buddy definitely has a vehicle of his own to get back to base, put your hands on top of your head and grab your hair and just leave them there. That rhymed. But yeah, I stood like that for like a little bit. He kept on, and then, okay, I get it. You're not gonna. I'm like, thanks. Shut the hell up. I'm here for my buddy. I'm obligated to be here because I told him I'm gonna give him a ride to the different dealerships, and I honestly think he should have gone with a different one of the yeah. He definitely bought from a cheesy lot. It was a side lot that was real close. I don't know, it might have been right across from one of the gate or outside one of the gate areas. But yeah. Oh well. Jordan. Yeah, he was my 5-0 deuce buddy. 5-0 douchebags. But yeah. Alright, well, I think we've done a long enough thing. I will, yeah, I'm definitely going to find the different fobs, and then, so basically we'll fly over the fobs, and I'll think about what stories I can and could be allowed to tell. Obviously anything official, I'm pretty sure I'm not allowed to say, even though it matters 2 tiddlywinks 2 decades later. For Iraq, all the work that we did, the handoff, the pullout, ISIS invasion, heck, I don't even know what the current climate is now. Vaguely what I remember, that ISIS did get pushed back out, I do believe. They don't actually... The last actually official one I remember is they had some territory like way in the north. But yeah, I don't know. I don't follow none of that no more. But yeah, Mosul, pretty big. Pretty darn big. Ooh, wait. Totally might not be, but we did control a big circle building like that. That 100% definitely could not be the one. But we did have control of a big circular building. I did, why did we have to go there? We had to go there for something. It was someone's, like, individual, like, little fob inside the city. That might be it. That's crazy. That's just some crazy, seeing that building jogged some crazy vague memory of me being in a big circle. And it wasn't part of the normal fob. So, like, the main fob is right there at the airbase. I wish I could see the one big circle, because that could jog my memory of, like, where the, I could just look it up, too, where the Uday and Kusei thing happened. Because this is a big area. We cordoned off, like, a huge chunk of traffic. And I want to say it was 1st Battalion that rolled in and got to fire the tow missile. We were so jealous. Because, okay, so, at this point, actually at that point, they might have even already have taken the missiles away from me. But I logged 3 Javelin missiles around, and I never got to fire a single one of them. And that's what I regret? What? That's what I did regret for, in the moment, definitely. At the time, for sure, 100%. I was mad that I had to give up the missiles. I humped all across the desert to all these different fobs and everything, and then the Army said, nah, we're not, you're not ever going to get a fire one of these. There was actually a couple moments that came up that we could have, and yeah, Stearns was definitely, I was definitely not the favorite. I would say I was the better gunner. Stearns wouldn't admit that. But I also wasn't a favored soldier, so he was. So he got to be in charge of, like, our little training to train the other guys. Me and him were the only 2 people properly trained on the Javelin. But in case we die, you know, people got to pick up the slack. So we had to train like everybody. Anyway, I knew it, dude. I knew it though. Anyway, if we ever got called to fire anything, ain't no way I was gonna get a fire first. Stearns was definitely gonna get to fire his missiles before I ever got to shoot mine. I knew it. I already knew it. But consolation prize, I guess, if you're a vindictive type or whatever, is that he didn't get to fire his missiles either. We both lugged him around Iraq for nothing. We took turns. We got a little rickshaw, and we put all 6 of our Javelin missiles on there, and we take turns. Me and Stearns would take turns pushing that. I think Turner was a really good buddy of Stearns, and I think Turner helped push that thing too around. He was the 240 gunner for us. I swapped out on all the roles. I forget what I was then. Generally, I was the spotter. I was the point gunner, so I take out point targets. Or I was the AG, assistant gunner, which is who tells the gunner what's up, down left, shift right, you know, how he's doing. Feeds the ammo. He's in charge of keeping that gun fed, helping the gunner stay on whatever rate of fire they're on for ammo expenditure. The gunner obviously shoots the gun. So yeah, you have the main dude, the point gunner, taking out any threats to the gun team. Gun team doing whatever it's told by the squad leader. Anyway, good times. We got real good at drills though. It wasn't that gun team. It was I actually wasn't part of them. I actually moved to scouts for that, but it was the gun team I was on that I was training to be on for the initial for the second invasion. But actually, during the second invasion, I actually moved to scout. So I got out of the regular infantry, out of weapon squad, and I moved to scouts and stuff. So, which was not kindergarten. We graduated to like middle school, high school. It was so nice. Like, we got to use our own firing range. We called up and told HQ, hey, we're going to be using the range in 2 hours, whatever. It's going to go hot. So they'd control the air above us, right? So no, the 101st. We got a lot of helicopters flying around and stuff. Anyway, yeah, it was just so nice. It was just, I should have got out of the regular infantry a lot quicker than I did. It was a lot nicer. But anyway, alright. We'll go ahead and wrap this up now. This is Missoula. We'll break down the power plant, a couple stories. I'll figure out what stories I can tell. We'll tell a few stories about the sulfur plant, Aggies, and Ashura, the CMOD. But, alright, you guys. Here we go. We'll do that. Do this. Click over here. Thank you so much for watching.